The first time I saw her, the sky threatened rain over the harbor. Her name was Mira. She sat on the seawall, watching the horizon. "Is it good?" I asked, nodding at the book. "It depends," she said. "Do you believe love is light or heavy?" I should have known then! Mira was leaving in 3 months. She told me on our third walk along the wall. She'd accepted a research position in Reykjavik climate science, glaciers. A one-way ticket. 5 years minimum. Possibly forever. 5 years isn't forever, I said. She looked at me gently. It is when you're not planning to come back. We had known each other for 12 days. Falling in love with someone who is leaving is like building a house on an eroding shoreline. You measure the windows carefully. You paint the walls your favorite color. We did everything too quickly. We memorized each other's coffee orders and childhood stories. We mapped constellations on her ceiling with a flashlight when the power went out. We argued about music she worshipped, Joni Mitchell. I insisted no one could write a song better than both sides. Now, one night, lying on her living room floor, surrounded by half-packed boxers, she said, "Promise me something. Anything. Don't make me choose." I knew what she meant. As the weeks thinned out, time changed texture. Every moment felt pre-nostalgic. We took photos we never posted. We cooked elaborate dinners from countries neither of us had visited. "Come with me," she said once, very quietly, while we watched the ferries carve white scars into the dark water. It wasn't a real invitation. My job, my family, my roots day were all here, and she knew that if I followed her, I might grow to resent the ice and the distance. But love, I was learning, is not possession. It is recognition. I recognized the fire in her when she talked about melting ice caps and rising seas. I recognized that asking her to shrink would be like asking the ocean not to move. So instead I said, "You're going to change the world?" She smiled, and there were tears in her eyes that matched mine. "So are you. Just differently." The morning she left, the sky finally gave in to rain. At the airport, everything felt offensively ordinary. Mira held my hands like she was trying to memorize their shape. "This isn't tragic," she said firmly. I pressed my forehead to hers and said, "I love you." It was the first time she exhaled, like she'd been holding it in for months. "I love you too." And then they called her boarding group. After she left, the city felt like a stage after the play has ended, props still standing, but no actors. I kept expecting to see her on the seawall, book open, eyes on the horizon. Weeks later, a postcard arrived. A photograph of a glacier under a sky so wide it looked unreal. "Reykjavik is colder than I imagined," she wrote, "but it's beautiful in a way that hurts. You'd like it." I think love can be both light and heavy. Thank you for not trying to make it one or the other. I stood by the harbor to read it, the wind sharp against my face. Loving her had not been a mistake. Some people come into your life like anchors. Others come like tides. Mira was a tide. She changed my shoreline, reshaped the quiet parts of me, and then kept going. And even now, when I see the ferries pulling away from the dock, I don't think about what I lost. I think about the fact that for 3 months, I loved someone brave enough to live, and I was brave enough to let her